Robert, welcome back to your latest Manchester United news. We have a huge Cole Palmer hint to Manchester United. It's a bit of a story that we'll talk about. There's also some stuff on Elliot Anderson, Anthony Gordon, Kobe Mainoo new deal, Hojlund, Zirkzee, which we will all mention. But this is what has come out yesterday. It was Cole Palmer's friend on Instagram, and he said, "One day I will get Cole Palmer to United, back home where he belongs. Go ask him who his favourite team is." Now, there's no kind of hiding that he was a United fan growing up, and I think he is a very good player. And as a potential Casemiro replacement, I don't think many people would not Casemiro, potential Bruno Fernandes replacement, I don't think many people would disagree with that. I think there's been a lot of speculation about Cole Palmer being unhappy in London. He wants to return back to Manchester. I think that was denied. But ultimately, these stories have been there for a while. And I think, obviously, I would take Cole Palmer at United. He's a top-level player. He's a world-class player. Obviously, this season, he's got quite a few goal contributions. Hasn't been the season that he's wanted. He's been kind of stuck with quite a few injuries. But there's no doubt he's a talented player. And he's in the last few seasons, been one of the best players in the Premier League. And I think the quality that he has is fantastic. And I think there's no doubt that he would join Manchester United. Again, it'd probably be a ridiculous fee. He has a contract, I think, was it 2030? It's somewhere in 2030, so still minimum 4 years left on his deal. I think we all know what he'd bring to the team. I mean, if Bruno Fernandes was to go, which I think he will in the next 1 or 2 seasons, I don't think there's many better players that you kind of have to replace him in Cole Palmer. Prem experience, ridiculous quality, set piece specialist, can score a goal, moment of brilliance, world class pass, elite ball carrier. There's not many people like him. Obviously, you have Morgan Rogers as well, but I think he's definitely someone to look at as an option. But I just thought I'd talk about it there. The next thing, Manchester City are the clear front runners to land Nottingham Forest midfielder Elliot Anderson. Initial contact had already been made with the players' representatives. A Pep Guardiola side step up their pursuit of a summer move. The England international has been linked with a move in Manchester United, Chelsea, Newcastle, as well as other clubs. Listen, what I would say on this, I do like Elliot Anderson. He is my number one choice. Now, he's going to have a lot of clubs interested in signing him, which is kind of understandable. He's a top level player. He's someone who's definitely going to be on the move. And listen, I think it does depend on whether Manchester United get Champions League football. I think that is a key factor, and whether Pep Guardiola stays. I think obviously City in recent years have the better history and trophies won. But I think the fact that if United get back into the Champions League, they're bringing an exciting manager. We have a good end to the season. Depending on how the World Cup goes, it is a setback, the fact that City are interested in signing him. But again, I think there's going to be a lot of links to a lot of different players. I think City, we know the kind of pull that they have. I mean, we've seen it with Semenyo. They can just go out and sign a player, offer them the wages, offer them the sort of things that they have. And ultimately, United can't do that because we haven't been winning trophies. We haven't been in the Champions League football. And we are constantly in a period of transition. But I think Man City being linked is no surprise. They do have a heavy interest. There'll be a lot of clubs interested. I think one of the main reasons why United are heavily linked to Belieber is the fact that he is just fully focused on United. There's not many other teams that have been linked to him. He wants to join the club, which makes that easy. I think Anderson will assess his options. Again, he has the potential to go back to his boyhood club in Newcastle. Obviously, Man City, Chelsea, Arsenal, Man United. So it all depends what's the best option for him. I think, as I said, he's a class player and is my number one choice. Now the next thing, Kobe Mainoo, new contract, but the situation at the club has improved significantly. Mainoo is keen to stay at the club. When the desire is there on both sides, there's usually a strong chance the deal will be completed. I think that contract is close. There's been talks about it for quite a while. I think maybe before the end of the season we all get some sort of announcement on Kobe Mainoo, which is a positive. He's someone you need at the club. And I want him at the club. Now, Barcelona want to keep Rashford beyond the season, planning to negotiate and reduce 30 million buy option from Manchester United. Manchester United says Rashford fixed price to be received in full, 30 million euros salary, also a topic to discuss. Listen, we know Rashford's happy at Barcelona. He wants to go there. That's the best move for him. And yeah, I think that deal will be closed. Barcelona just trying to be stingy, not trying to pay the full price for Rashford. Because their financial situation is quite poor. They don't have enough money to register players. And in the last few years, their, as I said, financial position has not been the greatest. I mean, they potentially could offer Balde in a swap deal. But yeah, that's what's being said on Rashford at the moment right now. The next thing, Napoli and Rasmus Hojlund want to move forward together with a €44 million buyout option as Champions League qualification is secured. Manchester United plan to reinvest the club's and Hojlund does not want to return. Now let's look at where Napoli are. I believe they are doing very well in the Serie A. They are third, 11 points off the top. I mean, I think they probably will get Champions League qualification. I mean, I think it ended with Hojlund at Manchester United anyway. And I think that would be a good move for him. I think Italy is a great league for him, and you do get to see the best of Hojlund there. So 44 million euros, again, it's not the 75-80 that we initially invested, but again, it's certainly a decent bit of money that can be used to invest in the midfield, because I don't think right now we're in need of attackers. Now, also on Zirkzee, Manchester United are open to sell Zirkzee this summer and want a more proven striker willing to be back up to Sesko. I think with Zirkzee, his profile is like, he's not a number 9, but he's also, like, as he described himself, a 9.5. I think there's no doubt Zirkzee's a quality player. Hasn't had the greatest season, whether that's been with injuries or being out the firing line. But you can't blame him. I mean, Sesko's not even in starting right now, and he's been fantastic. So you can't blame him for that. I think he's someone who's a great guy to have around, a top professional, does have qualities. But I think if we're looking long term, I think his future is not at Manchester United, unfortunately. I think Zirkzee, as I said, player there. But I think there's not going to be many players in world football that want to be a backup to Sesko right now. And I think, or any sort of second striker anyway, I think with the Zirkzee, he's just not good enough. And yeah, I think he's had good moments at the club, but I think Manchester United will be willing to sell him. Don't know who they're going to get to replace him, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. The next thing, Manchester United scouts watched DeMarco at the San Siro on Saturday, fullback option being assessed for the summer rebuild. I mean, I talked about it a few days ago. DeMarco's a good player. He's not a left back, not a left winger, he's a left wing back. I'd be worried about his kind of defensive ability at times. But again, he's a decent player. He's got a lot of experience. He's, 28? Starts a lot of games, has a lot of quality. Again, the concern would he be able to adapt to the league? I'm sure he would be at 28. Again, he's a decent fullback. Can put a good cross into the box, decent shot on him. Again, left back is definitely the position United have identified. We really do only have Luke Shaw there, and if Luke Shaw gets injured, you're looking at players like Dallo and Mazraoui, and potentially you have to put a Martinez or even Dorgu out there. So Shaw is the only player that we have really comfortably at left back who do want there and will do a good job. I think we do definitely need to look at a left back. Again, it's not the priority. I'm going to say this so many times. The priority is midfield. Getting rid of Casemiro, getting rid of Ugarte, bringing in, whether that's Wharton, Anderson, Baleba, Amadou Onana, João Gomez, bringing in 2 or 3 even potential midfielders in that team, and I think that is the priority, and I think that's what will happen this summer. So yeah, that's the aim, that should be the priority. Now, Manchester United have decided not to extend Jadon Sancho's contract for another 12 months to try and get a fee. They will let Sancho leave for nothing, rather than risk paying his salary for another year. So listen, it's the end for Sancho at Manchester United. We've kind of known that for a while. It's just, listen, Sancho is a player who just got cut ties. The 5 years that he's been at the club haven't been great. Yes, there's been ups, but way more downs than ups. And I think he was a player signed with a lot of potential, with the hope that he can go on to be a top level player. And ultimately, it just didn't work out at Manchester United, whether that was a change of manager, he wasn't adapted to the league, his attitude. There are a multitude of things involved with Sancho not being and not fulfilling this potential, because there's no doubt he's a talented player, and he's had loans and he's tried to work out. We played him in the 10, played him off the right, off the left. And it just didn't work out. So I think him leaving, it's the worst bit of business I think United have done in recent, up there with Anthony, I'd say. And I'd be happy to see him go, really. I think he's not had the greatest interest at the club at heart. He's not helped the club, and I think him leaving is best for all parties, and that obviously will happen. Then apparently Manchester United could revive last summer's interest in Delap if a cut price deal becomes available. Now, Delap hasn't had the greatest start at Chelsea, a few red cards, bit of injury, has struggled to score goals. I think obviously he was someone who was heavily wanted by United for that cheap 30 mil price. They obviously ended up getting Sesko. I think what I would say about Delap is a good player, but again, we've just seen it at Chelsea, it didn't work out, and I wouldn't go anywhere near him. I'm happy with Sesko and what he's doing so far in a United shirt. I don't care if it's actually, I don't know, he's a decent player to have, but I just wouldn't want him at the football club anyway, just based on the fact that, again, his quality is not enough. And I don't think he's I don't think he is better than Sesko, in my opinion. So, yeah, I wouldn't want him. That has been your latest news. I'll talk about Carrick, actually. Michael Carrick made a 167-mile trip down south to watch under-18s. He would be undoubtedly has been impressed by JJ Gabriel's performance. Carrick has only had contract until the end of the season, but his presence suggests he is someone who cares about the long-term future of the club. Gabriel, who only turned 15 in October, will be too young to play for United's first team, but he has trained with them for more than one occasion and held his own with two-footedness with the quality of control he also displayed in Oxford. Whether Carrick would be the man tasked with the decision about potentially giving him his debut next term remains to be seen, but there's no rush either. So he can't obviously make his debut. He is only 15, ridiculously talented player. Someone who United hope to have around for a long time. He's ripping it up for the under-18s at 15. Which is insane. I think he still has a lot of growing and development to do, but the signs are definitely there for him to be a very good player. I think he will be obviously on that pre-season tour when United go. Him and a lot of other young players, which is the perfect opportunity. We've seen a lot of young players take that opportunity in pre-season. We've seen it at times with Chido, Ahmad, Harry Amas. So we definitely have seen it happen before. I think Gabriel's a special talent. Someone in hopefully the next 4 to 5 years will have a big impact to play for Manchester United. But yeah, I mean, the control, the two-footedness, the aggression, the finishing is unbelievable for a player of that age, and I'm hoping he will become a talented player. But that has been your latest update. Let me know your thoughts. Cole Palmer, Elliot Anderson, Zirkzee, Hojlund, Rashford. There's a lot of stories as always. I mean, there's 4 days till Manchester United play again, so we'll build up to that tomorrow.